It's hard to believe that not so long ago, everyone used to carry around a whole stack of paper documents. A passport, driver's license, visas, registration confirmations. Everything is changing with blockchain-based digital IDs. Instead of a bulky wallet full of papers, all you need now is a single smartphone. Already in Estonia, with a digital ID stored on the blockchain, you can travel throughout Europe, access government services, and even vote online. No more waiting in line at passport offices, no more lengthy authenticity checks. Every document is signed with a unique cryptographic key that cannot be forged. If someone happens to lose their phone, there's no need to restore the documents. The data remains protected online and can only be accessed through special identification. In Dubai, they are experimenting with digital passports for tourists. When arriving at the airport, all you need to do is show a QR code on your smartphone screen to pass through passport control in just a few seconds. Border officers no longer need to make copies of documents or call the embassy. All data is instantly verified through blockchain. No information is lost or shared with third parties. Even when renting a car or checking into a hotel, there is no longer any need to fill out endless paper forms. All information, including photos, biometric data, and visa history, is available to the rental agency or hotel with a single verification click. In Canada, a blockchain platform for storing driver's licenses is already being tested. A traffic officer no longer needs to call the central database to check the status of a license. It's enough to scan a QR code that confirms the entire ownership history and the absence of violations. Attempts to forge licenses become pointless. The digital footprint of every issuance or change to documents is recorded permanently. Guess how this same technology is transforming our perspective on familiar things at home. After all, blockchain is making its way even into the most unexpected corners of everyday life. When your refrigerator knows more than you do, immersing you in a future where paper documents are a thing of the past, it becomes clear that the real technological breakthrough is happening behind the closed doors of our homes. Imagine an ordinary refrigerator in your kitchen. Now, it doesn't just store food, it communicates with other devices through a blockchain network that's protected against hacking. Such a refrigerator can determine on its own when you're running out of milk and order a new batch from the nearest farmer's market. It uses smart contracts that automatically pay for the order and notify you about the delivery through an app. In London, a project has already been implemented where smart homes are connected through blockchain into a single ecosystem. Lighting, heating, and even the washing machine work in harmony and optimally, reducing costs and preventing accidents. The house remembers your daily habits and automatically adjusts the temperature or lighting levels to minimize electricity bills. An unexpected spike in consumption, the entire history of changes is stored in the blockchain, and every step is transparent to the resident. An unexpected spike in consumption, the entire history of changes is stored in the blockchain, every step is transparent to the resident, and any suspicious activity is immediately detected by the system using a physical key or even voice recognition. Guest access rights can be temporarily granted to a nanny or a friend with a single tap in the app, and access will be revoked exactly when needed. Not a single unauthorized attempt to enter will go unnoticed. A notification is instantly sent to the owner and the police, and the data is locked against external interference. Repairmen or service providers no longer need paper contracts. All work is recorded on the blockchain. Payment is made automatically only upon full completion of the order. Even emergency calls, such as for a leak, can be handled instantly without lengthy bureaucracy, since all information about maintenance and insurance is stored in a secure blockchain chain. The integration of household appliances, the operation of heating systems, and even grocery shopping becomes fully autonomous and transparent. We can only guess which other areas of everyday life will change forever in the near future. After all, the next technological breakthrough is already waiting for us just around the corner. In a world where traditional finances and bank cards are rapidly losing their relevance, and now comes the era when the familiar bank card becomes a museum exhibit. Paying at a cafe, renting an electric scooter on the street, or transferring money for work, all of it happens directly between people through decentralized blockchain networks, bypassing banks and intermediaries. Instead of waiting in line at an ATM or calling customer support, all you need to do is open an app on your phone. Money is sent instantly, even if the recipient is on the other side of the world. Every transfer is recorded in the blockchain, which cannot be forged or erased. All transactions are fair and transparent for both parties. In Mexico, municipal markets based on blockchain are already being launched, where small farmers sell their harvest directly to buyers, receiving payment within seconds without fees or hidden charges. In San Francisco, IT specialists receive their salaries through smart contracts. The company uploads the payment into the system, and as soon as the employee completes a task, the money is automatically transferred to their digital wallet. Transfer errors, delays, and bank holidays are a thing of the past. A coffee shop owner in Sydney creates their own loyalty token. Now, regular customers receive bonus points that can be spent on coffee or exchange for partner services, all without involving any financial institution. Vendors at flea markets use blockchain-based mobile wallets. The buyer scans the seller's personal QR code, makes the payment, and everything is recorded in a secure network. In India, fishermen working far from shore receive payment for their catch immediately after sending a photo of it. A special blockchain platform instantly recalculates the points, converts them into tokens, and credits the money to the fisherman's wallet. In Greece, when buying a house through a decentralized service, the funds from the transaction are automatically locked until all stages of the sale are completed. And as soon as the apartment is transferred to the new owner, the funds are sent to the seller without a single bank acting as an intermediary. Philanthropic projects are not left out either. Volunteers in Africa receive micropayments for completed tasks immediately, bypassing bureaucracy and commission losses. Each transaction is uniquely identified, which eliminates fraud and fraudulent reports on spent funds. More and more people around the world are creating their own wallets without opening accounts at any bank. Financial independence is becoming as natural as free access to the internet. But behind this explosion of decentralized payments lies an even more astonishing transformation. Blockchain technologies are penetrating even the healthcare sector, where the choice between life and death is now decided not by medical bureaucrats, but literally in an instant. When it comes to saving a life, every second counts. In a New York intensive care unit, the doctor no longer wastes time searching for a patient's paper chart or coordinating with the front desk. The medical history instantly appears on the tablet after scanning a secure identifier. All information about medications, allergies, and surgeries, even those performed 15 years ago, are stored in a decentralized blockchain network and updated after every visit. Nearly 20 major hospitals in Germany have already abandoned paper archives and now transfer test results between departments in just a couple of seconds. No lost images or forgotten diagnoses. In emergency situations, for example, when someone loses consciousness on a street in Los Angeles, a paramedic scans the QR code on their bracelet or phone and instantly receives a complete profile of the patient's condition, including contact information for their closest relatives. If a person is allergic to penicillin or has diabetes, this information immediately pops up on the screen, preventing fatal mistakes. In Tokyo hospitals, surgical operations are recorded on the blockchain. The details of the operation, medications used, and even video reports are recorded in such a way that no detail can be accidentally lost or falsified. Quality control of medical services becomes a reality. Insurance companies can instantly verify whether a procedure was actually performed and make a decision on payment within minutes. In London, doctors are connected to a unified network where every new diagnosis or prescription is saved and accessible to all specialists authorized by the patient. Now, there is no need to redo tests every time you move or visit a different doctor. All results are saved and transmitted with maximum speed and accuracy. Mobile blockchain platforms have been implemented in rural clinics in South Africa. Residents of remote villages now receive care on par with urban patients, since their records and data are accessible to any doctor connected to the global network. There is no longer any dependence on outdated paper records or failures of local computers. The data is protected and accessible only with a cryptographic key. Blockchain is even used in the pharmaceutical industry. Tracking the origin of each batch of drugs allows you to determine in just seconds whether a medication is counterfeit, who produced it, where it was made, and how it was delivered to the pharmacy. Cases of using substandard medicines are now minimal. Every stage of a drug's delivery is transparent and available for verification. Blockchain technologies in medicine are breaking down barriers, speeding up diagnostics, and making medical care truly fast and transparent. But what's even more astonishing is how these same principles are transforming the operation of large markets. After all, transactions that used to take weeks or months now become instantaneous with blockchain. A typical home sale often turned into a nerve-wracking marathon, piles of paperwork, intermediaries, long chains of verification, and weeks lost between notaries, banks, and agencies. With blockchain, everything changes dramatically. In Texas, there are already transactions where a house can be sold or bought in just a matter of seconds. Owners upload proof of ownership to a secure blockchain platform. The buyer transfers funds through a smart contract, which independently oversees every stage from verifying the documents to handing over the keys. As soon as all the terms of the deal are met, ownership is automatically transferred to the new owner, and the money instantly goes to the seller. No intermediary banks, no weeks of waiting, not a single forged document. In Amsterdam, a decentralized real estate service lets you rent an apartment or office through a mobile app in the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. The contract appears on the blockchain, and payment is made with tokens, whose exchange rate is instantly calculated by the system. If both parties agree, the contract is signed electronically, and the tenant can immediately receive digital access to the property. No physical key is required. A unique access code is linked to the smart contract and automatically becomes invalid when the lease ends. In London, an experiment was conducted involving the sale of land between two private individuals. Checking the plot's history, mortgage encumbrances, and all legal details took less than a minute. The entire chain of transactions and legal agreements is available on the blockchain. No hidden debts or unpleasant surprises. When the previous owner clicked the sell button, the data about the transfer of the plot immediately appeared on the platform and the buyer received new rights instantly, without notaries or waiting in line. In Singapore, even large commercial properties are now being sold with a single click. Large business centers change ownership in a matter of minutes, and all taxes and fees are instantly withheld by the system without the need for personal presence in government offices. The same principle applies to the sale of cars, yachts, and even collectible works of art. For example, in California, a collector sold a unique figurine in just a few seconds, and all information about its origin and authenticity was permanently recorded on the blockchain. Now, the buyer no longer has to worry about counterfeits or lost certificates. New professions are emerging. Smart contract management specialists help people conduct real estate, car, and business transactions quickly and securely. Every step is transparent, and the entire history is available for verification at any time. When deals can be made in the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee, and millions of people have the opportunity to trade directly with each other, the world truly becomes flexible and fast. But on the horizon, the next frontier for blockchain is already in sight, a system that will eliminate the market for fake diplomas and counterfeit certificates, opening the door to honest, borderless education. At universities in Australia, students receive their diplomas not on paper, but as unique digital certificates recorded on the blockchain. Now, any employer can verify a candidate's educational credentials in just a few seconds. All you need to do is scan a QR code or enter a special identifier. Not a single line in such a diploma can be altered retroactively, and any changes such as obtaining an additional qualification is automatically reflected in the graduate's digital record. Harvard and Oxford have already started issuing electronic certificates. The graduate receives a notification on their phone that their diploma has been placed in a secure blockchain chain where it will remain forever. In India, they are testing a platform where school diplomas and course completion certificates are also recorded in a decentralized network. Applicants no longer need to gather a stack of documents to apply to a university. The administration simply checks the blockchain, confirming each stage of education in a matter of seconds. In California, startups are implementing blockchain for online courses. Students are no longer given paper certificates. However, any employer or partner can verify that a person has indeed completed the training and acquired the necessary skills. In Europe, recruitment agencies use these technologies for instant verification of professional diplomas from around the world. There is no longer any need to make photocopies or wait for letters from educational institutions, as the system instantly verifies any document. In Africa, where it used to be difficult to verify qualifications due to the loss of paper archives, teachers, doctors, and engineers can now present their diplomas directly from their smartphones, even without internet access. The information is uploaded as soon as there is a connection and always remains up to date. Even the completion of language or technical specialty tests is now recorded on the blockchain. Any achievement or certificate becomes part of a unified digital resume, allowing a person's entire educational journey to be tracked. In South Korean universities, blockchain is used to protect copyright on student papers and graduation projects. Every document there is time-stamped on the network, making plagiarism or idea theft impossible. Blockchain technologies in education not only eliminate the market for fake diplomas, but also allow students, teachers, and employers to work directly, cutting out intermediaries. Now, every career start begins with genuine trust, and every skill, certificate, and achievement will not be lost or stolen over time. Even bolder solutions are on the horizon. After all, even today, travel and trip planning are being transformed by blockchain to the point where your luggage can book a hotel room for you. Travel becomes something entirely different when your luggage starts working for you. Right now, Tokyo is experimenting with smart suitcases that are integrated with a blockchain network. Such a suitcase is equipped with a GPS module and a unique identifier that cannot be forged. When the passenger leaves the airport, their luggage automatically confirms its location via blockchain. No fraudsters will be able to steal or mix up belongings, since each suitcase is linked to a specific owner. If the luggage is lost, finding it takes only a few minutes. The system instantly reports where it is and who last opened the compartment. But the hotel check-in process itself becomes even more astonishing. In Singapore, a pilot system has been introduced where the luggage automatically scans the flight schedule, determines the arrival time, and books a room via a smart contract. The suitcase owner doesn't even notice this happening. Everything happens in the background, and upon arrival in the city, the traveler already has an electronic room key and directions to the hotel on their phone. Payment for the room is deducted from the blockchain wallet only after check-in is confirmed, and the booking data is permanently recorded in a secure network. In London, a hotel chain uses smart contracts for automatic booking and identity verification. As the suitcase approaches the counter, it is scanned by a terminal. Guest identification takes just a second, and the room doors open without cards or a front desk. If the tourist is delayed on the way to the city, the luggage automatically notifies the hotel. The reservation is retained, and services such as cleaning or food delivery are optimized in advance according to the guest's schedule. In New York, airports are implementing platforms where luggage can independently order a taxi or transfer using a decentralized wallet. The system combines the owner's preferences, yes, usual routes, favorite hotels, service level, and automatically selects the best options. If something changes, for example, if a flight is delayed or the destination changes, the suitcase instantly adjusts the reservation on behalf of the owner. In Amsterdam, small startups have emerged that offer travelers the ability to store all their routes, bookings, insurance, and even a list of recommended restaurants in a single digital wallet secured by blockchain. It's enough to show your smartphone or simply bring your luggage with a built-in chip close to the terminal to confirm all travel details and gain access to additional services. These technologies are already reducing lines at airports. Now, instead of checking passports and printed bookings, everything is confirmed automatically, and the boarding and baggage control process takes just a few minutes. Even the return of forgotten items now happens more quickly. The owner receives a notification if someone tries to open the luggage or make changes to the itinerary. It may sound like science fiction, but already dozens of companies around the world are investing in the development of smart suitcases and fully autonomous travel services. With blockchain networks, you don't have to worry about lost papers, lines at the reception, or the risk of ending up in a foreign country without accommodation. Everything you need for the travel of the future is always with you, and even your luggage already knows how to make your trip as comfortable as possible. Thus, technologies that seemed like science fiction yesterday are now making life simpler, safer, and richer, opening up new horizons for each of us.